In 1957, a small, forgotten grave in Philadelphia held a tragic mystery that would haunt investigators for decades. A boy, no older than 4, was found dead in a cardboard box, discarded like garbage. His identity was unknown. His cause of death was chillingly unclear, and his story remained a ghost that couldn't be solved. Who was the boy in the box? And why was he left to die in such a brutal, unexplained manner? For over 60 years, his identity remained a mystery, and his death was never solved. Tonight, we explore the tragic story of the boy in the box, a cold case that still holds secrets that may never be uncovered.
On February 25, 1957, a young man walking in a wooded area near the outskirts of Philadelphia made a horrific discovery. In a secluded spot off Susquehanna Road, a cardboard box lay half-hidden in the underbrush. Inside, authorities found the body of a young boy, no older than 4 years old. The boy was naked, his body battered and bruised. He had been wrapped in a cheap blanket, discarded in such a way that it seemed almost deliberate, almost as if the boy's life had been discarded just as carelessly. The boy's death was brutal. Signs of physical trauma suggested that he had been beaten, and his face bore an expression of pain and confusion, as if he had been left to suffer. But what was even more disturbing was that there were no immediate clues to his identity. His fingerprints didn't match any records. No one came forward to claim him, and no one knew where he came from. The mystery surrounding this child's death was only just beginning. The authorities immediately launched an investigation into the boy's identity, hoping that someone would recognize him. Flyers were posted across Philadelphia with pictures of the child's face and the details of his death. But despite a massive effort, no one came forward with any useful information. Forensic experts worked hard to determine how the boy had died. They concluded that he had been beaten with a blunt object, possibly a piece of wood. His hair had been cut shortly before his death, indicating a possible attempt to disguise him. As the investigation continued, detectives began to uncover a few clues that led them to potential suspects. One of the first theories was that the boy had been abandoned by his mother. There were signs that he had been well cared for before his death, suggesting that he had been living in a home where he was loved and nurtured. But something went horribly wrong. Some speculated that he had been the victim of a child abuse case gone tragically wrong, but no one could confirm anything. The case seemed to grow colder with each passing day. As the investigation into the boy's identity continued, a number of theories emerged. Some believed the boy was the victim of a child abuse case gone wrong, while others speculated that he may have been kidnapped. A few pointed to the possibility of organized crime or human trafficking, though there was no concrete evidence to support these claims. One of the most persistent theories was that the boy had been part of a broken family and had been cruelly abandoned by his parents. There were a few reports of people who had seen a woman who resembled the boy's mother in the vicinity of the crime scene. But these leads also proved to be dead ends. The case seemed to be a puzzle with no pieces that fit. Years passed, and despite the best efforts of law enforcement, no breakthroughs were made in the case of the boy in the box. The boy's identity remained unknown, and the mystery surrounding his brutal death has haunted the town ever since. A few theories persisted, but there was no closure for the family, if indeed there was a family to grieve. The boy's grave remained in an unmarked spot for decades, the world unsure if anyone would ever claim him. The case remains one of America's most unsettling cold cases, and a reminder that sometimes the truth is buried beneath layers of darkness and despair. Recently, the case has seen a resurgence. With the advent of modern DNA technology, there's new hope that the identity of the boy might finally be uncovered. DNA testing and genetic genealogy have provided new avenues for investigators to explore. While it may be too late to bring closure to those who love the boy, there's a sense that the boy's story may yet have a resolution. Until then, the boy in the box remains one of America's most heartbreaking mysteries. A nameless child, abandoned, forgotten, but never truly gone. The mystery of his life and his death continues to haunt those who seek the truth. Thank you for watching and remembering this tragic mystery with us. If you have any information or thoughts, please share them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more unsettling true crime stories. Until next time, keep your eyes open. Sometimes the most tragic mysteries are closer than we think.